Hello, and thank you for listening to yet another episode of Spot on Strike. I'm Ali,
And this is Shane.
and today we are joined by.
Hey, we're Never the Nevers.
Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Today's topic is: Can social media affect a student's academic performance? Although this is a topic that a lot of students write research papers on, we will try to be as unbiased as possible because usually we know um, they usually like to go on the negative sides regarding this argument. But let's be honest, usually there are two sides in an argument. Thankfully, I have found the perfect people to answer this question. It isn't really a yes no question. So, Nebat, what do you think? Do you think that social media really affects a student's academic performance?
No, not really. No, I mean, I've been using social media all my life and I'm still doing good in school, so it doesn't really matter. You just have to make time for things. I mean, if you're not on social media, you're
Yeah.
going to be doing
Mhm.
something else if you're not like making time for studying or anything.
True.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I agree with you on that point. Um, Although, of course, it really depends on the student. We can't really judge a whole community based on one person's opinion. Therefore, I have Nebez as well in this call, in this podcast. My
Personally,
apologies.
yeah, it's
Wait,
okay.
wait. No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm
It's
gonna.
actually fine. It's fine. Putting
Yeah,
that
it's
in is
Fine.
actually fine.
So, Nebez, what do you think
I
regarding this?
personally believe that it does and it does not. You know what I mean? Because,
Mm-hmm.
uh, sometimes you get distracted, and what Never said, you gotta make time for yourself too. Like, if you don't make time and spend all of your time on social media, you're kind of gonna do bad. You know what I mean? So it's like it depends on the person. Like, a lot of people still
True.
use social media and they're still doing good, and a lot of people use social media and they're still doing bad. So it depends on the person itself. If they gotta make time and stuff.
That's true as well.
Yeah,
So we all agree on one point. One point we can spot in this specific question is that it really depends on the student himself or herself, depending on how they manage their own time, basically. So this is
yeah.
what we can all agree on. I'd like to know more about your opinion, Shene. What do you think about this?
I personally, for one, think that social media does not affect a student's ability and performance in school. That is not to say that an excessive amount of time on social media procrastinating doesn't deteriorate one's performance in school. However, social media as a whole does not decrease a student's ability or performance in school, and in some cases, it even enhances it.
Yeah, she came prepared.
Yeah.
Yo, fam, that was cray cray.
No, but dude, I mean, social media can sometimes even help it can have a positive effect because
True.
I mean, most of the time we're studying online with our
Sharing
friends. Like,
answers, yeah.
yeah, sharing answers, we're studying together. I mean,
Making
we're going
groups,
on calls. Yeah, exactly. So it helps. It's like
so it actually
studying
does
with
help.
your
Mhm. Yeah, I that's actually true. And of course social media it does have like negative aspects of it. But if you can follow pages like TED Talks or ASAP Science or Crash Course, these are like usually beneficial for students at the same time. It doesn't necessarily have to be only negative content. It can also include beneficial educational concepts, concepts that students can use for enhancing their own knowledge. Let's be honest, what we learn in school is not necessarily the only knowledge that we'll keep in our lives. Thankfully, because of
Exactly.
social media, not just necessarily for students, like everyone,
Well,
especially
at this
during
point, we
these.
just don't need school because, like, whatever there is on school, we can just get it from social media. As you said,
yeah,
like,
YouTube.
things we don't like.
Yeah,
Literally, sometimes if I don't know an answer or something, I go on YouTube and search it up, you know?
There's always
true.
this Indian guy, trust me. I swear to
Yeah,
God, man.
of course, and
He's better
not
than
in an
any teacher in our school.
Of course.
Nothing's
Yeah.
offensive, man. We're not trying to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
offensive.
Yeah, of course.
We're just
Um,
stating our opinions here.
yeah, opinions aren't necessarily facts.
You know, I
So,
don't even know why, like, social media is, I don't even know why this is a topic. Like, social media is just a form of communication. I don't know why it's ever been bad or something. Because,
Because
like, for
people
example,
think, like parents think, it's gonna be distracting. You're gonna be on there 24/7
dude,
watching videos, yada
you
yada. You
can
know what I
take a
mean?
pencil, literally a pencil, a marker, and instead of writing stuff with it, you can just play around with it. That's distracting yourself. You can distract yourself with anything if you don't want to study. Social media is not going to be, it's not the reason.
And
Your
this
head's the
just
reason.
comes back. This just comes back on the person itself if they decide to
Mhm.
actually study or not.
True.
I'll stare at a wall for like half an hour for no
Yeah,
reason.
that
I
Uh,
mean,
that
we've all done
happens.
that. It does. Sometimes I don't even have
yeah,
internet, and I still don't do anything.
I just go
Yeah,
through
I
my
agree.
pictures.
It's
Same.
about you. You have to make time for studying. I mean, you don't need to make like 5 hours a day, like just studying. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter. It's
exactly.
just
No one says like study
honestly 30
24/7.
minutes. 30 minutes. That's all you need.
You just need to
Yeah, that's
understand the
true.
concepts, and that's it.
30 minutes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't even, it might take an hour, it might take 30 minutes. Yeah, just
It
understand
might
it
take
and you're
like
good.
5 minutes.
No, not in every case though. Let's be honest.
Yeah, not in every case, but still. For
To
example,
be
for
honest,
English.
yeah. Yeah, just look at the format.
Exactly.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, for like writing essays and
Like most of my exams that I did, I studied like the hour before in the bus.
Especially
That's the
ninth
thing,
grade
yeah.
math. Like
I would do it
algebra,
in
algebra
classes like
3.
for
I
my
know.
exams, they were before like our breaks or anything. Like I would study in the class too sometimes, like at the
yeah,
back of the
but
class, you know.
Yeah.
true, but we're not going to advise you students to do that
Yeah,
cuz
we're
Exactly,
not.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
of course
sure.
yeah.
not.
Of
Please
Don't
course
do that.
not.
study.
No,
Hey, don't do that.
seriously. Yeah, seriously, don't do that.
We're
If you're a
serious. Dead
student,
serious.
yeah, and
But
if you have
also,
an
one
exam.
more thing about social media affecting grades is that let's say there's an event at 8 p.m., right? But you got to study at 7. You can't really study if your mind is on something else. So that's one way that's how it's distracting. You know what I mean? Because,
That's
Yeah,
like,
just
You're
you, man.
true.
correct.
nah, man, like, if let's say there's an event at 8, something on YouTube or something, and you're supposed to study at 7. If you're very, very excited, your mind's going to be on the event the whole time. You can't really focus. And when it's 8, you just throw the book and watch the video and say, "Oh, I studied for today," where you didn't do anything actually. You just
Yeah,
were
which
thinking
isn't
about
really
something
good.
else. That's
True.
how one way social media is um,
Negative
distracting.
But
for students' case.
there's also
Yeah.
something else for like influencers, like the opposing side of what Nabaz just said. Some, for
Yeah.
example, influencers nowadays incorporate academic hints into their, for example, let's say recommendations. Let's say they recommend Romeo and Juliet, the movie, the one starring Leonardo DiCaprio. This
Yeah.
can lead the student into reading the famous Shakespearean book, right? Which enhances the
Mhm.
student's analytical abilities.
It
True.
might, or it just might backfire, and he's gonna say, "I watched the movie. I don't need to read the book."
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
That's
But we're
that's the
talking
case most of the time.
we're
exactly.
talking about a student with free time, like nothing to do at all. They're not studying or they're not doing anything else either. They have
Well,
nothing to
let's
do.
now
l-
let's forget about quarantine and corona. Let's say this never happened. This wouldn't have particularly happened. But now, since everyone's just staying at home, there's nothing to do. That's when it's helpful, you know? But like, for what?
Exactly.
For what?
yeah, and
Your
unfortunately
analytical
Shimin.
abilities.
For what? What are you gonna do?
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Let's say you're studying medicine. How does that ever benefit you?
We're
I don't
talking
care
about
about
high
Shakespeare.
school
He's
students
come on.
here. We're talking about high
Dude,
school
Come on.
students here.
Fine.
it might help you in one class, but in real life, like I'm not saying school is useless, but until 7th grade, you know most of the basics. Like I feel like after that you can choose whatever class you want to. Like I personally believe I shouldn't take Kurdish
Why
or
so?
I don't know, cause like what do you need Kurdish for? Like, you know your own language. You know what I mean? The sha'irs, you know, like the poets.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
Let's
poets
be
are
honest,
literally
no one
useless.
really cares about the poets. Like,
Who cares
or
about Qana?
like he wrote like a love letter or a poem for his love of his life.
I
Why do we have to
understand.
memorize that? Why do we have to
Yeah,
memorize that?
exactly. I understand important figures and how we should learn about them, but memorizing their poems is useless. It's in the past. How does this help us now?
Yeah, but
Also,
that's what made them
grammar.
famous.
Grammar
Exactly. It
is
True.
made them
also
famous,
useless.
yes, but it won't help us in any way. We're looking at the past now, not
Nothing
the
will. You
present.
think I mean we're doing Kurdish, we're studying English. You think the stuff we read in English is gonna help you? No, it doesn't. It's just
No, that's the whole point. Nothing helps us if we're just gonna
let's
look at the
just drop.
past.
Let's just drop
Let's
skills.
just drop that. No, no, but like actually don't. There are some classes that are actually helpful, like ICT. ICT
Or
is very helpful,
biology.
or
Oh
Biology
no,
actually
biology or
makes
something like
sense.
that.
ICT was never helpful for me. Trust me.
Bro,
Like
For you
it,
ICT.
personally.
yeah, because like I already knew everything there. Everything they teach you is just
Yeah,
like
but like
how to delete this stuff. Press
go
Control
to
Delete. Like come
Java,
on.
coding and all that. I
Yeah,
tried
that's
to
Okay,
like
different.
Java, yes. Java
I
makes
tried to do
sense.
coding and stuff. I tried to do coding. Bro, trying to learn coding online is just I can't do it. Like
It's
I
hard.
have
It's
to be
hard.
in a class or something. Yeah, you have to be in a class or something. So that's how one
Yeah,
way
some
school
true.
is. Yeah.
True. Of course, like school in general, it really depends on what field you're willing to apply for college. In the Middle
I just
East
realized.
and Asia in general, the majority of the students like to go to anything that's biology related, especially medicine.
Yeah.
Let's be
Exactly.
honest. Yeah.
Yeah, or
So,
engineering.
or engineering, true.
Yeah.
So that's why for us, maybe we might feel like some useless, quote unquote, courses might include my apologies, um,
Business.
language classes or yeah, humanities classes or something that might not really help us for the field that
Why
we're
don't we
willing to apply
study
for.
why don't we study music anymore? Like I haven't studied music since grade what, 7? Dude,
Yeah,
music
Yeah.
it's
is
because
helpful. Like
it
Dude,
makes
I
sense,
used to play
but
the
they're
piano.
looking.
Like this music teacher, like the guy taught me. Like I used to be
yeah,
able to play it, and they stopped, so I just forgot everything. It's pretty
music
sad.
is also a good
Yeah.
thing to like I think you can major in music like stuff, right?
Yeah, of course,
Here,
of
no.
course.
Yeah, yeah,
Why would
yeah.
Not
you? I know
I've literally
that's kind
never
of
heard
like
of that.
stupid though.
no,
Why is
If
it?
you're not
that's
doing, if you're not becoming a specialist, like a surgeon, a doctor, a lawyer, college is just not necessary. I mean, you can just start uploading videos on YouTube of you like yourself playing or something,
But you can
singing.
Okay,
also
but
play
music
for other
majors.
people. It's not like music you have to sing. It's like music you
true.
can hit up an
Play
artist and
Trust
say,
me,
"Oh, I
instruments.
you
have
don't,
good
you do
editing
not need
skills or I
college.
have good music skills."
No, but music majors also study the history of music and different types of music and
Shinny,
Exactly.
the background behind their instruments.
This is
Shinny,
like
I want you
Kurdish.
to go look at your library right now. I want you to go look at your library. I mean, all the songs that you have right now.
Yeah, okay.
Does that relate anything to music history? I mean, do you have a Mozart there? Do you have anything there? No. You have
Yeah,
like
I
Harry
listen to
Styles
Mozart.
or what
Yeah,
or
I listen to
BTS.
But do I think about the fact that wow, these people use these instruments very well? Yes,
No, no, come on.
I
You're
Yeah.
just
do. I
you listen
Do
to
seriously
the
some
do.
words
do.
though. You
Hey,
listen.
I have
Okay.
Some
Mozart.
do. Let's
When I
let's be
can't
honest.
understand half the words, how am I even supposed to do that? Like even English songs nowadays, you can't understand three-quarters of the words. How, like what am I doing? I'm
Oh shit!
I'm grooving to
Shots
the
fired.
beat of the song.
No,
Yeah,
that's
Meaning,
what are you
exactly.
saying?
The beat doesn't
yeah,
have to
the
do
beat.
anything with music history though, does it?
It
Now
has
this
to
is
do with the
turned into like the Kurdish
instruments.
thing, the poets. Like no one cares what instrument they use or how they founded music. It's like the similar to the Kurdish thing.
But they're still studying it, aren't they?
All I'm saying is that you don't need to major in music and you don't need to major in anything. You can just start. You don't need to go to like you major in business or stuff like that. Just start a company. I know it sounds like it sounds
But you
harder
have
than
to
it
know
is.
the base, like you have to have the base on how
You
to
have
use it.
to you
I
Like
have to
swear
have
to
some
God,
background
it's
you
not
information.
that
have to know
hard.
something.
This is
Exactly.
where
You
social
have to
media
know
comes
common
in.
knowledch. It's like math.
Yeah,
Do you know
this
how
is where
people
Math is
start
where
social media
social
comes
companies?
media
in.
comes in.
people start companies by like taking a loan from a bank, or like here we don't have banks and stuff. They just partner up with someone that has money, and they start going to China. They start buying products, and they bring them back here, ship them back here, and sell them. Buying, selling, it's just importing. That's all you do, importing business. Like it's
It's like
really easy, but you have to find the right people. That's the hard part. The other is just flows. That's it.
exactly, and that's
You don't need
where
to major in business, know what like type of business,
scarcity.
corporate business, or whatever. You don't need to know this. You don't need to.
True.
But she,
But
there's one thing like I feel like I think I took business in grade 10 or 9. Yeah, in 10. I think just that part of like that grade was okay for business. Like you don't have to take
Yeah,
business grade
that's
11
what
or
I'm
12.
saying. That's what
You
I'm
just need
saying. You just
to know the basics of business. Like you
well,
can't just go in all like you can't just start a business out of nowhere. You have to know what you're doing, you know?
You really
And
can.
that's what
You actually can. You learn in like a couple of months. It's like when I first got to the school, I had no idea how to speak English, and now I'm speaking like fluently, I think. I had no idea. The English teacher started like speaking English to me, and it looked like Chinese. I didn't know what he was saying. And it took me like 3 months, 4 months. Like it was hard at first, but I know English now. So it just takes some time. That's it. Like I didn't need to study English for like years to know how to speak it. It just takes a couple of months. When you get into the workplace, the business thing, you start learning. Like, what's a monopoly? Blah, blah, blah. What's this? Blah, blah, blah. They just tell you.
yeah. There's this one idea I've always had in mind. Not every single course, whether we take it in school or not, like we shouldn't really be tested for it. Like especially courses like business studies or business management or music history. Honestly,
Exactly. We're
um,
supposed to enjoy it.
not just that. I don't know why this happened, but apparently, according to our society as a whole, unless you're not tested for your knowledge, you're not considered to be smart, which isn't really the
exactly.
case. Yeah,
Yeah,
which is why social media, which is really the discussion we're trying to have here.
comes in
Um,
hand.
yeah, exactly.
A
You're not
lot of
really.
it. Guys, I'll be back in like a minute. Sorry.
Okay, it's fine.
I wholeheartedly agree with Ali. Social media can help in so many ways in cases like that. For example, someone who hasn't even studied business before and is trying to open a business, like Nabaz and Nabad said, they can literally just go onto Google, just go onto Google. It's not social media, but you can go onto Google, search it up, click on someone's like Instagram profile who has a business, and you can just ask them, like DM them and be like, how
Yeah,
did you start this business? And they can just help you from
Or
there.
you can not just business, you can learn from their mistakes as well. Like you won't repeat
Exactly.
their mistakes. Not just business. We can talk about history.
You can learn from your own mistakes. The only way
True.
you can learn is to make mistakes. You have to just throw yourself at it. You make a mistake, you learn from it. But if you never make a mistake, you'll never know what is wrong and what is right. That's basically it.
but
Yeah, but of
also
Okay, but
course,
what does this
learning
have to
from
do with
others
social media?
people. need-
Shane, wait,
Mm.
one speak at a time, please.
we're trying to spark a conversation, like not only stay on this topic, you know, let's go to everything.
Yeah, but like everything related to social media. It can even be about like mental wellness.
Yeah.
Business can be on social media, so technically it's related.
One thing social media does affect is cyberbullying.
Oh yeah,
Because
that
like if
is.
if you get bullied, then you get like, I don't want to make this sound bad, but like mentally, you're not gonna be there for studying and shit, and you're gonna be demotivated. You know what I mean? So that's also a way it
You're gonna be
can.
drained.
Yeah, you can. You're just gonna think of you're just gonna think of the bullies and not on your grades or whatever. So that's one way
True.
it can affect
Unfortunately,
it.
that's one of the disadvantages of social media. Of course, it's not like social media has a lot of
This topic
advantages, of
isn't really a
course.
yes or no answer. It's like disadvantages
Yeah,
and advantages.
exactly. There are many advantages, as we discussed earlier, and of course, there are disadvantages like cyberbullying and um, I don't know. Unfortunately, there are people that might get affected because of social media mentally, not just based on like their academics. It can also be their personal life,
Yeah.
which which unfortunately can lead to suicide, and that is horrible. That
It
is
is horrible,
another.
but
Yeah,
yeah, but I think the only way you're gonna get bullied is if you react to it. I know
that's
people
Not
true.
might
really,
Listen,
but
you're
think,
gonna
like
get hate either way. But
cyberbullying, even if you react or don't react, you're still getting bullied on like on social
exactly.
media. Like,
Nebas, let's say I make fun of you, right? Let's say
yeah,
no one, let's say we're in front of five strangers and I make fun of you.
yeah, that's
Based
still
on how
bullying.
you react, yeah, listen, based on how you react, the strangers will know if we're friends or you're just bullying me. If you start getting sad and crying and whatever, they're gonna say, "Oh, he's getting bullied." But if you laugh it off and make another joke about me, then they're gonna say, "Oh, they're just friends. They're messing around with each other." It's about how you react to bullying. I mean,
Yeah,
you're never gonna
Well,
get you're not gonna
I
get
don't
bullied
think.
if you react right to it.
Well, every person is different because, like, for me, if someone like if I get bullied in front of five strangers, honestly, I'm gonna react in a negative way. So,
I agree.
but we are friends, though. Like we are friends. But even though I react in a different way, that doesn't mean we're not friends. It's just that whatever they think, they'll just think of, oh, he's bullied. That's it. And yeah,
really
It just
see
takes time.
people's we can't really see people's reactions when they get bullied online. Basically cyberbullying, which is another problem. Of
or
course,
like for cyberbullying, you're
Dude,
making
laugh it
reactions in
off.
your head.
Block them. Come on.
yeah, but like
It's
Nebat,
your
as
choice. It's your
What,
profile.
block a
Trust me.
thousand people?
Always friendly
Blocking a thousand.
blocking.
Have
Yeah,
you
you
ever
can
been bullied
block
by a
one
Blocking,
thousand
person.
people? Come
but
on.
like, listen, Nebert. Blocking is a way of reacting. Like, oh, you bully someone and then he blocks you. You'll make another account. He'll ask his friends to do it, and this just makes the problem even bigger.
I mean,
You said don't react. Not reacting is actually a good idea, but still, it.
I not. It's not about not reacting. It's about reacting right. Like, don't get offended. It's not that deep. They're probably just making fun, and then they close their phone. They forget about you. You forget about them. It's really not that important. But if you, some people might actually get bullied. Then there's always, that's why the blocking thing is like made. You could just block them. You could turn your phone off. I mean, come on.
true, but unfortunately not
You have to
everyone.
form, yeah, but you have to form
Yeah,
these brain calluses. Like, you might get hurt at first, but it will just take time. Like, you have to develop it. You have to stop like reacting poorly
true.
to these things,
By
because
developing it, you can like discuss it with
But at that time,
people. They can support you.
yeah,
Yeah,
at
I
that
mean,
time, you're studying. That's when it affects your grade. Like, let's say you get bullied when you have an exam tomorrow. You're not really gonna focus on the studies and
exam.
stuff.
Yeah,
You're not gonna focus on the exam. You're gonna focus on, oh, I got bullied. You're gonna start being sad and everything.
yeah,
So,
true.
I mean, yeah, sure.
Yeah, it all of course
but
it
hey, it
really
has a lot
depends
of
on the student.
advantages. Social media, like, yeah, like one of the good examples is online teachers, not online studying, online teachers. Let's say you don't know a subject, right? And you can't really go out because of any reason. It doesn't have to be Corona. You can go on a Skype call with your,
Homeschooling,
yeah,
maybe.
homeschooling, exactly. Or like having an online teacher. Like, let's say you have an exam, you don't understand something, you hit up your teacher, ask him
Yeah,
a
yeah.
question. Exactly. So that's how it can help you in one way. Like, you
Last
can get.
time there
True.
was this physics question I couldn't understand, and it turned out like it wasn't included in the exam, but I couldn't understand it, so I just hit up my teacher. I was like, "Can you help me with this?" And he just got like on a call with me. He explained everything, and it was like easy after that. So that's why it's like, how is social media bad? Like, I wouldn't have done that if I didn't have social media. It's just a
You don't
form of
have social media.
communication.
You're just gonna stare at the book and not know anything, and then you're gonna have to go back to school and ask a lot of people, and everyone's gonna give you a different answer. But if you ask the teacher, that's it. Cause like asking your friends also is not a disadvantage, but it can mess with your head. Like, let's say you have a group on WhatsApp, and you ask a question. Everyone's gonna give a different answer. You don't know which one to believe unless you ask the teacher using what? Social media. So that's an advantage.
Trust me,
There's
True.
also
I still.
Reddit.
I mean, Reddit is just for Reddit is.
It's
I mean, I don't know. You haven't
I
seen the other side of
actually,
Reddit. It's insane.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Reddit
but
is.
like I'm talking about the good side of Reddit that helps with like homework.
Ali Library is now on Instagram. Make sure you check our page. The link is in the description below. Ali Library, not just a library.
I remember I follow this Reddit a while.
For sure.
What it's called actually? It's a Reddit account, place, whatever. It's called Homework Help. And
You
it
mean
actually helps
subreddit, yeah.
students. Yeah, subreddit. It helps
Yeah.
students solve their homeworks, and they even explain it properly. And it's so weird. Like I've never seen something like this before, but it can help. It's social media and it's helping students.
Yeah.
These people that
Reddit
like
can also
are
be cool.
yeah, these people that are helping you, they could be teachers, but they're just like willing to assist students from all over the world, which is truly a unique thing from social media. Like just over 2 decades ago, what we have now didn't exist. Let's be honest.
Exactly.
Like,
And like, this is not sponsored or anything, but Khan Academy, one of like the best things ever created. Honestly, it was like if it
true.
wasn't for that, I was gonna do so bad in so many of my exams. Like, like it's 3 at night, like 3 at night
AM, yeah.
a.m. Let's say
AM.
a.m. And like you can't really hit up your teacher 3 in the morning, you know. So what do? You go online, and on YouTube there aren't a lot of stuff like that can help you out. So you can just go to Khan Academy and know the subject. So that's
Yeah.
one way it can help too.
To be honest, I found Khan Academy on social media. I didn't know it existed before.
And I
So,
found it in school.
yeah,
Yeah,
but maybe
that's
those
right.
that did find it in school found it through social media online. So maybe. So that could be another advantage of social media. You can get like news or like related articles to something that might assist you somehow through social media.
One thing about
Exactly.
social media is like once you go deep into the thing, like let's say TikTok. If like I barely use TikTok, but if I use it, I'll be on there for hours. Like honestly, 3 hours. I'll be on there
Yeah,
for 3 hours, and I've wasted so much of my time watching random videos, and like that's one thing that's a disadvantage because it can be very, very time consuming and
addicting.
distracting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
it's very
course.
addicting. So that comes back to you have to make your own time and know your limit or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, that is addiction, and of course that's not really healthy. Be
Okay.
careful. But like,
You
let's be
can
honest.
you can get addicted to social media, honestly. Like I had
True.
a friend who would check his phone every 2 seconds. Like the smallest notification he got, like
Everyone's like
Snapchat.
that. Everyone's like
I'm
that.
like that as well, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
but you can like I'm guessing we can all control ourselves on what time to stop and what time to not. But this
Of
dude could
course.
not. Like he was addicted. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. To be honest, I'm addicted because like it's quarantine and I have nothing else to do. Maybe I
Everyone's
can
addicted at
find.
the moment. It's not
Yeah,
even
yeah.
addicted. It's just boredom at this point. Like he
True.
had stuff to do. Like if you have something to do, you wouldn't really be addicted. Like you
True.
wouldn't be on social media. Like if you have an exam tomorrow, you're not gonna go on TikTok. You're gonna study. But this dude had exam an exam the next day, and he would be on his phone 24/7. And then
Oh,
it's 3 in the morning again. He hasn't studied anything. He's gonna go, and he's just not gonna like. Let me tell you, you can't study 3 hours before the exam, even after you haven't had enough sleep. Like not having enough sleep and not studying enough, you're just gonna get bad grades. So that's one way
true.
it can affect your grade.
I feel like this
True.
hypothetical person is just you. You're just describing yourself.
No, don't worry. It's my
Yeah,
friend.
you are.
No. I can control
Yeah,
myself. Dude, I didn't go out for
of
three
course.
days for this set. I didn't go out for 3 days for the set exam.
Come
It's just
on. Three. That's not. What? That's nothing. You haven't been
you
out in
mean
months.
you haven't been out in months?
Yeah, of course.
I
I
haven't
mean,
been out
Because
since
there's a
March.
virus, dude.
I mean,
Yeah, be
same,
careful.
same, yeah, same.
Stop saying same. I'm gonna be the idiot.
No, no.
Yeah, back to our
Uh,
topic.
So there are a lot of disadvantages and advantages of it.
I
It
still think it's crazy that we can't get our phones to school. I don't know why it's like not that important.
honestly, I I'm with the school on this one. Not gonna lie to you. And you know why?
How?
For the kids, like even for the older ones. Let's be honest. People are just not every student. Like you might not do this, but
Do you
there are some
think do you
students.
think
There
if
are some
someone wants to
students.
do something bad, you think if
Yeah.
someone wants to do something bad, the school's gonna stop them? You really think that?
Oh, they would.
It
If
They
someone
would.
depends
has
on the
bad
Now,
school.
intentions, you think they can be stopped with the school? No, they can't. They can literally just go to the bus, get their phones out, and do whatever they were trying to do. It just
that's
Exactly.
it
no.
makes people
You're
want to
saying
do it more when it's forbidden.
that's not about. It's not about that. It's you talked about. I can't believe we can't use our phones in school legally. Like it's not legally. You know what I mean?
Legally?
No, not that
Of
way. Not that way. But but like
He
you're
means
breaking the.
it's not allowed.
course, of
Yeah,
course.
it's
Not
not in the
allowed.
rules.
Breaking the law.
Yeah,
You
we
wanted
won't
it to be
advise you on doing that.
you want it to be allowed. That's what you mean. And being
Yeah,
allowed, people will use it in classes and outside, taking pictures of
They will
whatever
get
there is. You know what
distracted.
I mean? Also, they will get
trust me.
distracted.
Distracted by what?
Trust me, people only do that because it's not
You
allowed.
ha-
The fact
you
that it's
have
not
your
allowed
phone.
makes them want to do it more.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, hey, tablets came and look at that. They put on app
Well,
lock. They check tablets every term for
it
pictures and
depends on the
stuff.
student. Yeah.
Look,
Yeah,
I mean, look
and
at what do you mean?
exactly.
Look at that. What happened? Nothing happened really. My tablet has been in my locker for the past 7 months. I think I even left it in school. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, but like people use the tablet the wrong way, not
They misuse it. Not just tablets,
misused.
like, yeah,
Exactly.
any device at
Phones.
school.
Any
But
device you can use, the students, the quotation bad ones, will use it in a way to, and
You're
they'll
talking
just
about
misuse it.
yourself.
I'm not talking about myself. No,
Again, yeah, this hypothetical person, I feel like he's just Neves.
what? What? Why would I use it?
it's,
What would I use
it's
it
no,
for?
no, no. He's not doing that. I have
Yeah,
proof.
yeah. One of the biggest examples was what do you call it? Active board. I remember the first year that thing came. Everyone was just stuck to the active board. Some people would take the mouse, like they would hide the keyboard or whatever. You know,
Oh yeah.
remember that day? And
Unfortunately,
imagine allowing phones in class or in school.
yeah.
Like, okay, fine, you can't use it in class, but in break, people would snap stuff like it's not
That would
allowed
be
to
So
take.
so
what?
fun.
Come on. So
No.
what?
Yeah.
Well, like,
How's it bad?
How? What do you mean? How is that bad? Would you like?
I mean, if you're gonna snap a picture of yourself, who cares? But
but
if I mean, if
Exactly.
you
They would like use it for other stuff. Like they would take a picture of someone else without them knowing.
yeah, technically that's
no,
bullying.
that's illegal. Like everywhere. Come on. It's
Exactly,
not just a
and
school thing.
that's what people do here.
Neves, if you
Unfortunately,
go out
Believe it or
right now
not.
and you take a picture of someone like that you don't know, you're either gonna get punched in the face or sued. If this was an actual
I've been on TikTok. They videotape people secretly all the time. I don't know what kind of
yeah,
TikTok
but
I'm using, but you know what I mean.
school. I mean, school forbidding phones is not gonna stop that.
Okay, all right, fine. You said getting phones should be allowed, right? What about in class? You're thinking of your phone. Oh, I want to play this
Turn it
game. Oh,
off.
this or that.
No, no, come
Fam,
on.
dude, we got
That's just
tablets.
childish.
Listen. No, but we got tablets and we played games on it and stuff. Imagine getting your phone. You can do a lot more stuff with a phone, and then or you can call stuff in the middle of call stuff.
Do you
Call
think
people in the
do you
middle
think that people are
of
not getting their phones and using it in class? Do you really think that?
exactly.
Neves,
And
come on.
what happens? What happens if they get caught? What happens if they get caught? They'll take
Neves,
the
come
phone
on,
away.
man. You already know everything.
I know
People
everything.
bring their phones all the time. They just use it in class when they get bored.
Listen,
If you're gonna allow that, if you're
I get
not,
my phone.
it's
I
not
get
it's not
my
gonna
phone.
change anything.
The thing is, it shouldn't. We're doing something that's not allowed. This is not allowed. This just
Yeah, but if it
distracts
was
you.
allowed, it would take the rush out of it. It will make it more boring. It will normalize it. So
Exactly.
people
No,
wouldn't
there
be
are
doing that.
And this comes back to people who are addicted to their phones. And I'm not gonna proudly say this, but I'm kind of addicted to my phone and stuff. And like I would be on my phone 24/7, checking messages or going on YouTube or
Yeah, go on
TikTok in the
social
middle of
media and
class.
whatever.
Exactly.
But like, I don't think a person will do that
All right,
in the
let
middle
me
of
You
say
might
class.
something.
control yourself. You might control yourself, but there are other people who can't.
If you don't
I
have your
think
phone and you're not checking social media, you're going to be playing with your pencil or your bag or sleeping on the desk. It's not going to make you pay attention if you don't have your phone. It's again,
well,
it's all about your focus. I mean,
mhm.
you're talking about social media being bad or whatever, and like it's still again, if you get a pencil and if you actually don't want to study, you can waste time with anything. Anything.
True. Well, I
Yeah, that's
actually,
basically it.
yeah, I actually thought about something like from what Nabar said earlier. Like, let's imagine that every single school, whether private or public, allows cell phones in the school or the campus. Like, they just remove that law from their
Yeah.
Yeah.
rule book. Um, I think that could be a way to reduce phone addiction. Okay, just like you said, Nebas, in the
Exactly.
beginning, we used to
Yeah.
have, when our school introduced these smart boards, we call them active boards, but
And here,
internationally
yeah,
it's called, yeah, it's
smart
called
boards.
smart boards. Yeah, we were like in fourth grade, so we were doing a lot of things with it. There were like
People
these
would have act like they've
gadget
never seen a
games.
keyboard. Yeah,
Exactly. And then it's like a normal thing. So if you imagine the phone situation, okay,
exactly. Now
let's,
no one
You
yeah,
see
really
what I'm
cares about
saying now?
acting.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
but what
not
does
just
that take?
addiction.
That
Yeah,
takes
the thing
time.
is, that will take time, true, but that's
Exactly.
a short term effect, not a long term effect. The long term effect
Exactly.
is that a person can get affected,
But
addicted,
Ali,
sorry.
you can't compare active boards to phones. Active board is something that only the teachers can use. Like only the teachers have active
What?
pens. Or yes, only
Not
the
really.
teachers have active. Like what can you do on an active board? Check books. That's good. But if you have your phone, you can have 3G and have Wi-Fi. That's gonna take a
Neves,
long time for
it's
yeah.
it's literally just reverse psychology. It's like get a kid, tell him you can't have this. She'll start crying and she'll beg for it. It's just human nature. They want what they can't have. It's like, oh, I want a phone so bad, but you're not gonna give it to me. But if you just say, here, take it, they will think like, well, I don't
Hmm.
want it anymore. I have it now. I'm not gonna use it. It's not that important. It's just human psychology. It's how people think.
Yeah, true. And
We've
back
always
then,
been
I
like
agree
Exactly.
that,
with you on
literally.
that one. I do agree
We've
actually.
always been like that.
yeah, that's true. The thing is, like, let's assume phones are allowed for a short term, sorry. You are addicted, but you won't be addicted to it as much anymore, which can make you have more time to study, which is another advantage for us students. We really need time to study. Now, it's really a different
So guys,
situation
get phones
now.
to school.
No, no, no. That's not really our main point here, but like, in every argument, there are pros and cons. The disadvantage is that people can misuse the smartphones and they can bully people, as you said, Nebas, earlier.
Yeah.
But people are doing that now. Like they're sneaking their phones to school because they think it's cool. I mean, some, not all. They think it's like funny
Some people just
to
need it,
like,
Ali.
yeah, actually for like an urgent case,
Some
let's
people
say,
just need. It's not about just thinking we're past that phase. We're not like grade four anymore. We're getting our phones to school just to show that we have a phone. We're past that point. It's high school. We're going to college. We need phones. We're growing older now. I mean, last time our school bus crashed, I was like grade something. I don't remember. I was a kid. There was this guy. He was the only guy that had a phone. The bus driver ran. He hit a motorbike or something.
oh,
He just ran out of the bus and took the guy to the hospital. We were there alone. No one had a phone. No one
oh
had
my God.
anything. And then there was this guy, this high school. I don't know. He was like a senior or something. He had a phone. He just called them, and then we got everyone on board. He just called the bus driver. He was like, "Yo,
Yeah,
come pick us up." We're like stranded here. We don't have anyone to pick us up. He called us that. He went home. He got the driver to get us, and we were good. I mean, we need phones. We're not kids
Mhm.
anymore. We need
True,
phones.
but
Yeah,
Like it's a necessity. I mean,
we're exactly like I agree with you. I agree with you for the bigger like starting from what grade 10. That's when you can have phones. Like the ones who are grade 10, they're allowed to have phones. But the ones lower, come on, giving a kid in grade 5 a phone, do you
that's
think
just
they'll really
about the parents, dude. That's just how the parents raise them. You shouldn't give a fifth grader a phone.
True.
What are they gonna use it for?
True,
It's just
exactly.
about
They're gonna
parenting.
use it
Sometimes
for
they need
like
to contact their parents though,
That's a
like if they
different.
got lost or something.
and
they can buy
that's
like
when
the old.
supervisors come in.
True.
No, I mean
No,
if they get lost in real
Yes,
life.
getting lost
never.
lost in real, why
Was the
would that
supervisor with
depends
me in
on
the bus?
parenting.
The
Hey,
Yeah,
supervisor
you said
wasn't with me in the
who
bus.
used the phone?
If
Who
I
used
had
the
my
phone?
phone, I could.
The senior. I allow
Yeah.
like I agree with seniors supposing
What if the
supposed to have
senior
this.
wasn't in my bus? What if the senior wasn't in my bus?
true.
Bad luck then.
That scenario is
Bad
like
luck.
very.
Come on, no, that you brought this upon yourself, but not by not having
Fine.
a phone. I mean, I could have just called my parents. Hey, I'm like stuck here. Can you come pick me up? Like when I went home that day, my parents were so worried. My mom was crying. She thought like I was lost or like kidnapped.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not.
I
It's not
agree.
nice like that.
Yeah, true.
Imagine your third grade son. Like he's like, how old is he? How old are third graders?
About
10,
7 or
11? I
8
don't know.
or 9.
7. God, I don't know. I mean,
Seven. They're 7.
Yeah, they're
imagine
young.
like your 8-year-old kid, like he's supposed to get home at 4 and he doesn't, and it becomes 5, 6, and the school won't
7. Yeah,
answer.
I guess.
And
Yeah.
imagine how worried you're gonna get. Come on, not letting people use phones is just stupid. Take the fun out of it. Tell them, hey, you can use it. Do whatever. They're gonna be like, oh, I don't want to use it anymore just because you're letting me. It's just how people think, how humans think.
It's
I
reverse
mean, get two
psychology.
siblings.
It's
It's not. It's just human nature. It's not reverse psychology. Just get 2 children, get 2 siblings. Give a blue marker to one sibling. He's gonna cry. The other one's gonna cry and ask for it. And when you give it to both of them, 5 minutes later, it's lying on the ground. They don't need it anymore.
Exactly.
I mean, did you teach these kids how to act? No, it's just human nature. It happens. You should let them have their phones, and it's not gonna be that big of a deal anymore.
but
That's
like
basically it.
what you said earlier, like not you, sorry, Nebas. What Nebas said earlier,
Yeah.
like students from 10th grade or above should have the ability to get their phones into school. What about the younger grades? Usually
The
like we
younger
can't really,
grades.
yeah, we can't really like control how they think or how they will act. They're children after all.
Well, they're
We
just gonna have to deal. Honestly, they're gonna have to deal with it like we did.
Some of them don't bring it anyways.
Yeah, some of
yeah,
them don't bring it, and the ones who do bring it, they're gonna get caught eventually. So there's that.
true,
Because
but
honestly, people in 8th grade, okay, not 8th grade, like no shade thrown or anything, but any lower grade, they use phones not the way we use it. We might use it for emergencies or something. They use it for
something
fun.
that's helpful. Yeah, they use it for like either showing off.
Yeah, but it's
Or
innocent
take
fun. Come on, it's not like secretly taking a photo of someone. It's innocent fun. They're playing like
Well, it depends.
stupid game on their
Nebas.
phone.
yeah,
It
which
really
is
doesn't. Children are
distracting.
innocent if you think about it.
Which is actually no. Children are not innocent nowadays. Never, I promise you, bro. They are not innocent. I know.
I
Okay,
don't
but it
know.
depends on who you're
I don't know.
talking about. You can't generalize a bunch
Yeah,
of kids just
exactly.
because of one.
Based on my
Yeah, of
personal
course.
experiences. Yeah,
My
based on
personal
my
experience.
yeah, and your personal experiences.
No,
I've
because your
noticed.
brother is not your sister or brother. I don't know, man.
Yeah, stop.
They're
Pause.
different. I'm just saying.
Bro, my whole family, like even my cousins and stuff.
The older
like-
generations assume that Generation Z, which is the generation we are in, are like one of the most spoiled, useless generation, which of course is just an assumption. I don't think it's the case
Useless.
for everyone. Yes, that's what I've actually heard
It's
from
because
people.
we don't
Generation
like
names are
Trump.
stupid.
Yeah,
Gen Z or Gen.
They're so
Alpha.
stupid. I mean, if you're born in 1999 and you're born in 2000, that's not going to make you a whole different person with a whole different childhood.
Yeah, but they're
You
still
literally
Gen
are
Hey,
going
Z.
to grow up together.
a year
1999
older
is
is
Gen
a
Z
year
though.
older.
yeah, they're also Gen Z.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like the border, like for example, let's say Gen Z from millennials or whatever. Let's say it's like it starts from 2000. Like having a 1 year difference is not going to change the way you
True.
grew up.
And each person is different.
No, it's just like you're
My
put in
sister
a
is like
group.
20 something and we still watch the same cartoons. We watch the same things. It's not
Okay,
going to
but
change
it
the way
doesn't
you
have to
grew
do
up.
in
with
a
cartoons. It has to
group.
do with the fact that, you have different
way you're
opinions
raised.
on things.
Exactly.
How are
You're
you going
put
to
in a
get
group.
different opinions? How
What
are
do
you
you
going
mean,
to
how are
get
you going to
different
get different
opinions?
opinions?
Which is
If you're
Let's
raised
say-
different, then you're going to have different opinions.
true.
I'm saying they're not raised different. 1 year doesn't make the difference.
Like everything
It's
will
just the
be
fact.
similar.
It's just the fact that they think they belong there. That's why they start acting like it. For example, like zodiac signs. Like it's gonna show that this guy is like aggressive,
Capricorn.
passionate, or whatever. Yeah,
He must be a Capricorn.
It's gonna like
no.
plant that idea that he is aggressive. Plant that idea that he doesn't care, and he's gonna start acting like it because he thinks he belongs to a certain group of people.
True.
That's basically it. These are all names, stupid stuff. We're all humans at the end of the day, and we all think the same. Trust me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
really
agree with
true.
you on that one.
We all have one purpose after all. But like this is all again related to social media. Like I don't really know what to say at this point.
Yeah, we're just
You
changing
can find your
topics
zodiac
sometimes.
sign on
It's
social
okay.
media.
We can move on from the social media part. I mean,
Name the
it's been
title
like
of this
30
video.
minutes
Just talk and nudge.
talking about
whatever.
whatever.
Exactly.
No.
So, we came to a realization that has disadvantage. There isn't really a yes or no answer to this topic. It's just, it's all revolves around that person itself. Like, are you giving the time? Are you dedicated to,
Mhm.
getting good grades and
Studies.
stuff? Exactly. So that's basically it.
Mhm. True.
If you
I
guys
feel
have
like when
anything
we're
else to add,
students and we're young, we don't really have anything to do. It's just like do good in school and you'll be fine. Just have fun and do good in school. We don't have responsibilities. We're not adults. We don't have to raise a family. Just do good in school. It's really not that hard. Trust me, like you have an exam on Tuesday, just study a bit on Monday, you'll pass. It's not that deep. It's not that important. That's
or if you can't
that's
like
literally your only job. Like that's the only responsibility you have. Like you're not 20 yet. You don't have to pay your rent. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to provide a living for yourself. Your parents are giving you everything.
Unless
Just
you're
do
like
your
disowned,
just do
then
your
you do
stuff.
have to.
what about the
Well-
one?
This is extreme. I get this song behind Navi. They'll just be like
No,
on the
maybe you're
streets.
like working or something, like in the 7-Eleven or Starbucks, and you're like, oh yeah, I am paying my own tuition fees or something.
You can't pay
I
your
mean,
own
you
tuition
can't
fees
You
really
don't
by
need to
pay
pay your
working in
tuition fees.
7-Eleven. You can get a
You don't have to
scholarship
pay
by
anything.
studying. Yeah.
Dude, you're not going to college. We're talking about high school. There are public schools. You don't need to
Okay,
do anything.
you're just paying for your
Yeah,
like one
public
room
school.
apartment
Yeah, that's it. And like food.
and food.
yeah,
That's it.
they can eat
So
for
you
free.
Do you know
can be disowned.
like Dunkin' Donuts, these like places, they want their donuts and stuff like served like fresh, right?
Yeah.
So
True.
every single day
They
after
throw 'em
work,
out.
they
Yeah.
have this thing where they put them in the bin. They're like clean. They're super clean. They just throw them in the bin. And like homeless people come and they just take it, and it's like it's super clean
sad.
because it's literally in a bag. It's not sad. I mean, they're taking advantage of something. How is that sad? That's actually smart.
That's
It's
actually
not
a
sad.
good thing, You're
No,
not
it's
It
only
is-
sad the fact that
helping,
they're throwing it away.
Actually,
not only you're
that
keeping your restaurant
yeah.
super clean, not only you're keeping super clean, you're also helping out others too.
You can just give them
Yeah,
away instead of throwing in the bin, though. You can just be like,
True.
oh, here you
but they
go.
know.
Oh, yeah,
But
that's a
Shannon,
good idea, too.
they know they will come for it. They know that like the people that
Um,
need it will come for it. So they're just like, I'm just gonna put it here. You can come take it. That's basically it.
Okay, to sum up what we've discussed through this episode, well, we've talked a lot, but like our main intention was like about social media as a whole. Um, Social media, of course, like anything else on this planet, has advantages and disadvantages. We've discussed some. Of course, you're free to express your own advantages and disadvantages. Any points that were discussed through this episode uh, are not meant to harm you in any way. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed listening to this podcast. Stay tuned for a new show coming soon.
Yeah.
You will definitely be interested in it. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be
That's
one of
all
the
I can
best
tell you.
ones here.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, hypocrisy is also good. Yeah,
We're not no shade, like nothing against hypocrisy. It's a good show. It's a good show, but the one that's coming, the new one, it's gonna be something cool,
yeah.
something
So
different.
stay tuned for that. Make sure
Nevers is
you check
excited.
us. Yeah,
Yeah.
Nevas is very excited. That is foreshadowing something.
Exactly.
Okay, that's way too cringy.
What the hell was
that,
that?
was way too cringy.
That's okay.
Ali, what
it's
was that, bro?
That was
It's,
ridiculous.
it's okay, bro. Keep it in. Who cares?
Yeah,
Thank you for
yeah.
having me, man. I had fun. I had a lot of fun talking to
Yeah,
you.
thank you
Yeah,
for
it was
having
Time
us.
went by
Ali.
like really fast.
Yeah.
It was fun. I was it took my mind off of stuff, you know?
True.
Thank you.
One of them being addicted to social media.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shannon, do you have anything to say?
I would like to say that even though we didn't stay on the same topic, we were still very consistent and we tried to make the show enjoyable.
True.
So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. To sum up everything, basically, it was about social media once again. This time could be different, honestly. If we were to do this a few months or a year ago, we would have had different views. But
Yeah.
because of the virus and
People
everything,
change.
yeah, we've changed. And like,
It doesn't. Plus, this topic, as I said, even throughout the podcast, a lot of times, it doesn't really have a yes or no answer. It depends on that
True.
person. But anyways, that's
Nothing does.
exactly.
yeah, true.
What they're trying to say is that we had a lot of fun just talking about everything, talking about our times here, talking about quarantine and stuff, and we would love to come back sometime.
Yeah.
Nevers and I.
Exactly.
Thank
yeah,
you. Thank you for
thank you very
listening.
much.
Until
Hey,
next time, guys. Until next
Yep.
time.
Bye bye.
stay
Nevers
tuned.
hakkı Katu.
Yeah, shut up.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Ciao.
Okay, I'm gonna stop recording.
Italian in the Nevers. Oof.